Hi everybody, hi Melissa.
Hi Jerry.
Here we are in our click 2, and click 2 is going to be about how to relieve stress through posture. I'm really looking forward to learn about it.
Yes. Well, posture is incredibly important actually, because oftentimes stress actually tends to be targeted towards being stored in the upper shoulders, upper back, neck. And if you think of our modern lives as well, if you think of these things that we're constantly connected to, typically if you watch people's posture when they're on their phone or when they're on their computers, their shoulders round forward like this. So I'm exaggerating a little bit, but actually maybe not so much if you watch how some people are. And their head tips forward, and all of this does is tighten here in the front of the shoulders, which puts added pressure and tightness in the muscles. And if you watched the first clip, you know that the muscles tighten up when we're under stress anyway. So our posture is super important because there is also a feedback loop in the body. So how you feel affects how you hold your body. For example, if you feel really sad, the shoulders tend to slump. Obviously, you might frown. You might be a bit sort of slouchy. If you feel really confident, you might stand tall. Shoulders will be relaxed. So how you feel affects how you hold your body. However, this works in the reverse. So if you just so happen to be holding your body like this because you're working from home or seated a lot or on the phone a lot, that will then feed back to your body and make you feel sad, sort of closed off, withdrawn, stressed. So it's super important to first of all be aware of how we hold our body, and specifically these areas where the stress tends to be targeted. So I'm going to teach you a very, very simple thing, a simple pose that you can do for just 30 seconds. The recommendation is to do this pose 30 seconds 3 times a day. Now, all of you yogis, because I know there's lots of yogis watching, you will be very familiar with this pose. This is something the yogis discovered thousands of years ago, but modern science now will call it Brugger's postural relief position. The yogis call it Tadasana. So I'm going to explain why this is so important. We're going to stand up and practice.
Let's give it a go.
Yes. Okay, and just so I can just clarify as well, you can practice this seated. If you practice seated, just sit on the edge of the chair if you practice seated. So you can do either. So for our Brugger's postural relief or a Tadasana position, we want to have feet hip-width distance apart, toes facing forwards. And you want your chin in line with the ground. And then you're just going to roll the shoulders up towards the ears, roll them down the back, and then turn the palms out. There should be space between the side of the body and the palms, and the chest needs to lift. So now this is the part of the body we're actually working on. It's not about just turning the wrists here. This has to be open, and this is what's going to correct this rounding forward. So if you're watching the clip, just give this a try here. Open through the shoulders, and you can close your eyes down. And when you close your eyes down, I just want you to notice that what tends to happen sometimes in this pose is your body might naturally sway a bit. So this is just a great opportunity for practicing mindfulness, just tuning into your body's natural movements. Just notice as well what it feels like to stand with your shoulders relaxed and open. And you can as well just draw your focus to your breathing against your nose. And just follow that for a few moments. And lastly, when you practice this pose, you can just travel down to the soles of your feet. And for a moment, focus on the sensation of the ground underneath your feet. Just allow yourself to feel stable and grounded and supported. And then you can finish here by taking a deep breath in through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. You can very gently blink your eyes back open. So yeah, just to remember that this is the part of the body we're targeting. When this gets placed back in the correct position, that releases all that additional stress. And if you practice this Tadasana pose or Brugger's postural relief position about 30 seconds, 3 times a day, then you start to really just prevent the stress from going there in the first place. You release it and you prevent any more from coming and being stored in your body.
Thank you. Yeah,
You're
that's
welcome.
great. Then I already feel a little bit more relaxed.
Amazing.
And then, yeah.
Good.
You don't realize sometimes how your shoulders are going forward until
Yes.
you mindfully like put them in the right position. Yes.
Absolutely, definitely. So it's also about bringing your mindful awareness to your body, how you're holding it, noticing that, and then you have a very simple practice that you can implement whenever you need to also ground yourself and just help your body release that stress.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Right.